Hello, today is June 5th, 2025. I'm meeting today with Mr. Bob Archuleta at his home in Greeley, Colorado. We're here today to tell his life story. My name is Brad Hoops. I'm the interviewer for Remember and Honor. Thanks, Bob, for sitting down today to tell your story.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's start out, if we could. Tell us a bit about yourself, your date of birth, where you were born, a little bit about your family growing up.
Okay, I was date of birth in 1951, and I was born in Grand Junction, Colorado. We moved over here in the late 50s. Went to school in Ault.
So, born in Grand Junction, but pretty much went to the school and grew up here up in Ault?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my brothers went to Vietnam in '66. Both of them did.
How many siblings are in your family?
There was 5 of us.
5 of us. And where did you fit in
mom
that
and
order?
dad, 7 of us total.
Where were you in that order?
Second to the youngest.
Oh, okay. So your brothers had already gone off to...
Yeah, they went to Vietnam about at the same time. They were there in Vietnam at the same time, but they didn't know they were there at the same time. They were like, I think maybe 20 miles apart, and they didn't know it.
Is that right? Wow.
But they saw the war on the ground. I saw it in the air. But those 3 of us came back.
Oh, good. Oh, your poor mother, what she had to go through with...
Oh, she was really worried.
Yeah.
Since I was the last one to go, and she really tore apart.
Wow.
But she was happy I came home.
Yeah. Well, so talk a little bit about what life was like growing up in Ault. Any good memories, bad
It
memories?
was a very little town. It's like most of them were retired military, and they'd always talk about the military. The farmers talk about farming. And then I decided to go move to Albuquerque, New Mexico to work.
After you got out of school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then I stayed there for about 3 months. And I passed the federal building, and there's old Uncle Sam pointing. So I looked, and I want to go ask for information. Next thing I know, I had my hand up.
Oh,
I joined the Army, early 73. I got out in 76. But I was supposed to go to Vietnam, but the war was ending, so they sent me to Germany.
Okay. Well, now, let me ask you, how, of all the service branches, how'd you end up choosing the Army?
But because all my relatives, uncles, my brothers, in the Army.
Okay.
I had one uncle in the Marines, because I had everybody in every branch. All my relatives in every branch. So, and then I was in the Navy. I had a cousin and a niece in the Navy, one in the Air Force. So we all...
Boy, a deep service in your family.
Yeah, we all servicing.
Yeah. So you enlisted. How long after you enlisted before you went off to basic?
Well, I enlisted in 73 to the Army. I stayed until 76 overseas. I came back, honorable discharge. I didn't like civilian life, so I joined the Navy. So I went to the Navy right away.
Well, let me back up with that question too. How was that transition for you going from civilian life into military life? Was that much of a...
Oh, it was different. It was quite an experience.
Yeah.
You're like a man or a mouse, you know?
Yeah.
But it was rough, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They're rough with you, but you learn a lot.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be well exercised. We did, our drill sergeant says we're going to do a small hike, 25 miles, with 75 pounds on our back.
And you were probably a pretty small guy back then.
Oh, God, I was a broom, skinny. We made it, but God, it was a long one.
Yeah.
It was all worth it.
Cool.
Then,
and what was it like? Like I said, growing up here in Ault and spending some time in Albuquerque. Now you're halfway around the world in Germany. What was that like? What was that experience
that's
like?
a beautiful country.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful. We'd go on convoys for about a week. We'd go on maneuvers for a week. Live out in the forest, in the woods, live off the land. Find what you eat, what you find. So it was, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Did you have any opportunities when you weren't on duty or had time off to travel around Europe at all? Or?
Oh yeah, we went to England. We went to Paris. I climbed the Eiffel Tower. That's a big mistake. Well, they got an elevator, but I took the stairs up and I took the elevator down. Jesus, it's quite high.
Wow.
And then I went to England. I went to England twice, Paris twice. Went in the Army and in the Navy.
Now, did you have a specialty in the Army at all? What was your duty, or you were just?
I was field artillery and explosives.
Oh,
We'd defuse mines, claymore mines.
that had to be fairly dangerous.
Oh, well, you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
One little slip and that's it.
Is that something you chose or tested for, or how'd you get into that?
They show us how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, like training.
Yeah.
And then you go out and do the real thing. But you got to be know what you're doing.
Oh,
Very
man.
careful. Before you know it, it's like nothing. You know, diffuse them. That's it.
Wow. Wow. And you spent your entire Army career in Germany, or did you come
No,
back?
I went in Germany.
Yeah. Okay.
All my career except for training.
Oh, okay.
But I fired every weapon they had. 50 caliber, 60 caliber, M16, M16A1 grenade launcher, and a 45.
Wow.
So I did pretty good.
Yeah.
Got a medal out of it. I hit my target all the time. That was pretty good. It was worth it too.
Yeah.
And then we'd be out in the field. We'd have a good time. We'd have a grill and all that. We all signaled to each other and says, "We're going to throw all the officers in the lake." So we did. They didn't have no choice. We caught them. We threw them in. It was all in fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure.
It was hot over there. It was worth it.
Well, that that time period, we were kind of in the thick of the Cold War with the Russians. Was there any worries there? Any situations that you remember that we were on alert or anything like that?
No, we had the one that we were worried about is the Israel conflict. They were acting up, so we had to pack everything on the rail cars, and we had to sleep out in the parade field, get ready to go, and then all of a sudden it's been canceled. So we had to go back and unload the rail cars, bring them all back to the post. And then I took over a 548 ammo carrier, carries all our stuff, explosives and that. So that was pretty good. I liked driving that. I drove the 105 howitzer. It's a tank, 12 ton.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's quite an experience. You gotta watch your traffic. The civilians, sometimes they don't pay attention. It'll be too late for them.
Yeah, right.
But that howitzer has a kick to it.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, behind it we have a stand with teeth on it. We put it in the ground, and then we could fire the gun and it won't back up or anything.
Wow.
But the 50 caliber, you got to hold on tight. You got to strap your helmet on or it comes flying off.
Hopefully were you wearing ear protection?
Oh, two of them.
Yeah, really? Yeah.
Two of them. They're quite loud.
Yeah, boy. Has that caused you any ear issues, hearing issues now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got hard of hearing now.
Yeah.
But they give me hearing aids. They check me every year for my ears, my eyes. But they let me know when it's time for a checkup. The VA does. So I go and check that. I go over there. Then I go to the civilian hospital here too for checkups.
But you feel like you're getting taken care of?
Oh yeah,
the
quite
VA's
well.
doing a good job?
Yeah,
Okay,
quite
good.
well.
Good.
But I had a scare the 1st of May because I had a heart failure. Had to be rushed to the hospital Friday morning. If I waited Friday night, I wouldn't have made it.
Oh, yeah.
That's how close it was. So I stayed in there 7 days, and they told me what not to eat. Oh, bummer. All my potato chips, anything with salt, can't have it. Rabbit food.
Rabbit food.
That's what I got to eat now. That's worth it. I like it. I like vegetables a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and then,
So how long then were you in the Army before you got out?
3 years.
3 years. Just did your enlistment and got out?
Yeah, got out, and then I waited, didn't like civilian life, and then I said, "Now I joined the Navy." In the Navy, I didn't have to go through training because
You didn't?
No, because I had the Army training. I just had to know the difference of rank from the Army to the Navy.
Definitely.
And then I was in charge of the recruits, the new guys that came in.
Oh.
I was in charge of them. I had it made.
Now, once again, going back to the question of joining the Navy as opposed to just continuing in the Army, why did you switch service branches?
Service, I just wanted to join the Navy.
Okay.
Because I wanted to work with airplanes.
Yeah.
And I did. I started off with B-3 Orions. They're the size of a DC-10, 4-prop, and they got all kinds of top secret stuff inside it. I was an aft observer. I'd sit there when we go flying. I flew a lot.
Yeah.
So we'd go over. We'd fly people we flew them to Washington, D.C. Wherever they needed to go fly, we'd fly them there. They'd get off and we'd take off again. So
were you somewhat like a crew chief, or what was your
just a flight, a crew flight, what do you call them? Flight crew. We'd all flight crews. We just had the pilot, flight engineer, and the co-pilot, and extra pilots in case they need to switch. But we'd fly training for 12 hours a day, and then come back. They'd give us a 5-gallon can of coffee, and then the little sandwiches. I miss those. Yeah, we just fly everywhere.
And what was your role then on the plane then? What would your duties
If they
be?
damage them, I go and fix them.
Oh.
It don't matter where on the plane, I'll go fix it. Take it apart and take it into the shop, fix it, or get a new one. We call it BCM, beyond repair. And we'll ship that out and we'll have a new one come in. So I did that with the Blue Angels airplane too. They'd send parts to us, and we'd change the color to gray because they were blue. But I seen those. There were a station in Jacksonville, Florida, where I was.
Oh.
They'd give an air show almost every day. They'd practice. So I don't go to air shows anymore.
No.
I've seen too many of them.
Yeah.
God. Then I left P3 squadron after I re-enlisted. Went to the jet squadron. And I had F-18s, all kinds of jets. And then I saw a lot of Harriers. We housed those on the ship.
Those are the ones that raise horizontal.
They come up like a helicopter, and boom, they take off quick. You can hear them, but you can't see them. And then they come up from the forest, from the trees, and off they go say hi, and then they take off.
Oh man!
And they during the desert storm, we housed about 6 of them on the ship till we got close to stateside, and they took off. So during the desert storm, we launched 38 airplanes in 15 minutes, 3 days straight, nonstop.
Now, which ship were you on during desert storm?
Kennedy.
Kennedy.
The USS Kennedy. On the Forrestal, we would just go out and play Navy.
And so you're on the Forrestal at first?
Yes.
Okay.
And then they crossed me over to the Kennedy. The base commander called me up and said, "You're going for real this time." And I just got back from the Middle East, from the Forrestal. And I told him, "God, I didn't even unpack yet." "Well, you're going."
Huh.
So I had to tell my wife. She took it hard. Then I had to call all my family and tell them. And my mom took it hard.
Yeah, right.
So she didn't think her last son was going to go, but I did.
So on the Forester, was that just a tour, or it had the war broke out when you were on the Forrestal?
No, it broke out when I was at Kennedy.
Kennedy, okay.
Yeah, but we just went in the Navy. Forrestal, we just went out and played Navy. That's it.
Yeah.
Gave a lot of tours when we go into port. We had a lot of ports overseas.
Yeah, talk about some of the ports you went to. Once again, here's the small town boy from Ault, Colorado, sailing the world.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
Jesus. Damn, where the war was at, I can't remember.
Saudi Arabia? That looks
Yeah.
like Saudi Arabia.
Arabia. Germany, Israel. I can hardly remember England.
Uh-huh.
I think that's Spain.
Yeah, Italy.
Yeah.
Looks like Turkey, maybe.
Italy, Turkey,
Yeah.
Thailand, all countries I've been to. So it's quite an experience.
And were you able to get off when you were in port? Get off and kind of explore these towns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
we'd
boy.
get on those small boats we got on the ship. We'd go to port, go like stay most of the day, come back to the ship. Next day we'd go out again.
Did you have a favorite port of call that you liked best over
Bermuda.
Oh,
That's
really?
Bermuda. I went there too. It's a small island. It's 4 miles wide, I think 25 miles long.
Huh.
It's a tourist attraction.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we stayed there for 6 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Every time we went on port, it was 6 months at a time.
Wow.
And then when the storm broke out, we were out 8 months, 8.5 months. You see a lot of water.
Oh boy, no kidding.
Uh,
Well, talk about what's for us that have never been on one. What's life like on an aircraft carrier? Talk about it.
it's quite an experience, and you got to go by numbers on the on the carriers. Because if you don't, you're going to get lost. You go by numbers, you'll get to where you're going. Because in the belly of the ship, it's 7 stories down. That's how they keep the ship floating. And the top of the ship, where the bridge is at, where the captain is at, 7 stories. So, and the planes land, you can hardly even feel it when the planes land.
Is that right? Yeah.
It's quite noisy though. And they stack us 3 high when we sleep. So I was lucky I got the top bunk where I could sit down. If they call man overboard or battle stations, you just wait a few seconds and then you can jump down. Because the 2 on the bottom have to crawl out, get up, stand up. And I was smart. And my bed was the way the ship was, so when the ship was like that, I never got seasick.
Is that right?
Yeah, I never did, but a lot of them did.
Yeah.
So they used to tell us how to make them seasick, so I did it. Got a rope and a nut, tie it up, and just tap it a little bit, and that will go like that. And they'll look at it. I gotta go. And they go empty out their stomach.
Huh. I'll be darned.
I used to send them a lot on wild goose chases, something that don't exist.
Yeah, right.
And they spend a few hours looking, and then we'll finally tell them it don't exist.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Says welcome to the Navy.
What was the food like?
It was okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Very decent. In the Forrestal, we'd always have pizza day once a month. You have these great big trays. The little plates, you don't even use it. You just, that big tray, they fill it up full of pizza. You go eat wherever you want to go eat. I'd go to my shop and eat all the time. So I had a buddy that'd bring me food from the chief's mess. He'd bring me food in my shop that we'd eat there. It was pretty good. It was worth it.
Yeah.
You know?
What would you do when you weren't on duty to entertain yourself and pass the time?
In the Army, I would go guard the ammo dump, or I would do Army payroll, and then we'd run a lot.
Oh, is that right?
In the Army, yeah. And then we'd go practice with other vehicles out in the woods. In the Navy, guard duty was really not that much. You'd go guard a hangar bay where they put the planes for like 2 hours, and then you're off once a month. But I did more in the Navy than I did in the Army.
No, did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Well, I worked on all the airplanes you have, the helicopters. I miss flying in helicopters.
Oh, I'll bet. Yeah.
Oh, like when they dive and they go up. And I'm not afraid of heights.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not afraid of heights at all. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, I imagine the Navy put you through a lot of training.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had a great big building, and they had a shell of a helicopter. You could practice on that when the helicopter hits the water, the ocean. You got a few seconds to get out. Well, there's divers down in the water.
Yeah.
The trick is there's a hold right here, a belt. You just unsnap it and you can slide it right up.
So you went through that training?
Yeah,
Oh.
and you could, if you panic, you fail. But they tell you, you know, sure, that's all you got to do is don't snap this, you can like that and crawl right out. You know, it's worth it, you know. It's
Yeah, yeah.
quite worth it, you know. And,
Well, I understand these aircraft carriers are pretty much like a floating city.
That's
Have
what we call it.
barbers and stores and
yeah, we had our little store. And then, that's the gee-dunk. We call it the gee-dunk. And then the galley is where we eat. Desert Storm, we had bombs sitting right beside us while we were eating. And they would take them up and load them. We would assign them to what's his name?
the same.
Missile, mate, just fly up your, so, and we'd assign them all. And my job is, if the plane comes back damaged, I'll go up on the flight deck and work on it.
On the flight deck?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So I'd look down, all I see is water. And I'd hold on, one hand, the other hand I'm working. And I'd get off real quick.
I heard the flight deck was a pretty dangerous place
It's
to
a
be.
dangerous job in the military.
Yeah.
We have 4 planes identical, but 2 have props and 2 don't. And if you're working at night, you can't see the props turning.
Oh, man.
So if you think that has props, you touch the plane. If it's vibrating, the props are turning. So you got to crawl the side of the wing, way out, and then go off that way. We had a few that didn't pay attention.
Oh, man.
All they do is wash the deck, the plane. What's left, they ship it home. Or they get sucked up in the intake. You gotta, let's say, you gotta watch what you're doing.
Yeah, right.
You know, one little second, you're gone.
Yeah.
But we lost 1 A7 and 1 helicopter.
In the war?
And we took it downstairs, stripped everything out, and we wrote graffiti on it. And the captain says, nope, give it a $10,000 paint job. So we did, and he threw it over the side.
Is that right?
Yeah, and it went belly up and floating, so the Marines went out there and had target practice. But the helicopter, it sank right away. They got out okay, everybody got out okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
The helicopter went out and picked them up.
Now, where were you guys situated during the war? What, were you in the Red
Oh,
Sea?
we were in the Red Sea. Yeah, but we just crossed the Suez Canal in Egypt.
And what was like going through the Suez Canal?
I'm surprised the ship made it through.
Yeah.
Because you can stand in the middle of the ship and look, you see land. You see land.
Yeah.
You got to go to the side and you can see the water. And then all these Egyptian guys, they had these huts. They were looking at us. And they see we had these big guns on the side.
Because didn't you guys have to go to battle station when you went through there? Wasn't it?
No.
I thought that was dangerous, that there was concern going through there.
No, we had these, we call them R2-D2s. The big machine gun, and the bullets about like that. And it, so many rounds per second. And they could see that R2-D2 going like this as they were going by. There's one on each side. You don't want to mess with that.
Yeah, right.
So, and then if we had any pirates that wanted to take over the ship, they would not make it.
Right.
So the Marines would have a good time. So we just had nothing to worry about. So
Did you have a battle station if it ever got to that point?
I had to go to my shop.
Just your shop? Okay.
Yeah, I had my own shop. I was in charge of my shop.
Okay.
And I'd stay there and I'd call it in. So I'm
Okay.
here. Or I could have my buddy, he'd stay there, I'd call him in.
Gotcha.
We'd go there, man overboard too, we'd do the same thing. So we'd practice that every once in a while. But down in the belly of the ship, you have a lot of planes tied down. You got to watch out for those chains. And if you're tall, you got to watch out for those wings. They'll give you quite a headache.
Oh, man.
I'd always get close to the wall and I'd run. No, but it's quite an experience, you know.
Yeah.
And then the elevators take them up.
Oh, right,
Put on
yeah.
the flight. They got 1, 2, 3, 4 elevators.
Massive things,
Take
too.
them up ahead of time, you know. Off they go.
Jeez.
Just take the explosives up there on the elevator too. Put them on the planes and watch the planes take off.
Well, it's just a dangerous situation all around. I mean,
It
it was,
is. Even when you're launching a plane, split second, you're gone. You got to watch what you're doing.
yeah, right.
And they're quite trained. And they just launch them off, salute them, they take off.
That must have been kind of cool to watch. I think that would be.
Oh yeah, I'd watch them all the time,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
when Desert Storm was going. I'd watch them take off, put my ears on, and the vultures row is what I call it. We'd stand there and watch them take off. So and then, gee, 15 minutes, and then I'd go downstairs, wait 3 hours. They'd come back. Pilots would go downstairs for another briefing. I'd go upstairs, check the planes. Go back downstairs. While I'm up there, they're loading bombs on the plane. So
One slip there, I think, could.
Huh?
One slip there with a bomb or something could.
yeah,
Oh
you
man.
could have another fire there,
Yeah.
but they were all knew what they were doing. There were like 6, 7 guys loading bombs per bomb. Patriot missiles and huge giant bomb that's bigger than a Volkswagen,
Really?
1,000 pounds. They'd all come back empty except for one. One came back hanging. So I said, oh shit.
Well,
So-
you weren't supposed to land with the bomb, were you? Yeah. Oh man.
So, but it landed safely. They ran over there right away and took it out. Find out what was wrong with it. They fixed it like that, you know. Load it back up, more of them, take off again. We did it for 3 days straight, and then the other fleet did it for 3 days straight. They were close to Saddam. And we did 3 days straight, bombing everything.
Wow.
We bombed a warehouse. They said they were making explosives. So we bombed it. Got finding out there was 38 workers in there.
Oh really?
Yeah, when we bombed it. But that's the job we had to do. And then you could see the machine guns shooting at us. Never reached us. And you see a little dot leaving the plane. And then explosion. That's it.
Huh.
We'd always fly over, do a flyby, and check the damage. So it's just a hole in the ground.
Wow.
Even
Jeez.
when we blew up that warehouse, we did like 2 missiles in it. And the town, every second a bomb would go off, until the war ended.
Wow.
Did not stop.
Wow. How long were you over there during on that tour? Was that that 8-month?
We were 8.5 months,
Whew. Let's see.
and we did a little over 3 months without seeing land. All we see is water.
Oh man.
Which it didn't bother me one bit. We had things to do. I could make all kinds of things, you know, make stuff for the pilots. They will reward you like frontline privileges when you get off the port.
Oh really? Yeah.
That's good. I get
Yeah.
that, or flight boots, flight jackets, and all that. But I kept my flight helmet.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, I kept that.
Yeah.
Of course, my flight jackets
Yeah.
and my flight suits. I kept all that. It was worth it. It was really worth it. You know?
Yeah.
I would fly home to Buckley when we come back from overseas. We had a commander that had a girlfriend in Colorado, so he'd get all the guys from Colorado. Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
right.
go. And so I'd have my brother and my dad pick me up in Boulder, and then Buckley Air Force Base.
Uh-huh.
And then I'd come home for the weekend, go back. We do that twice a summer. And then we flew to Washington State, where the volcano blew.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah, we went there, landed on the military base there, Whidbey Island. My uncle lived there, so I stayed with him for the weekend. And then I showed him the plane, the P-3, and it's, gee, they're quite experiences for them to look at it, and especially my dad, he couldn't believe what was inside it.
Yeah.
I'd sit there, big old screen, it'd tell me how fast we're going, how high we're going, where we're going. And you get trained to do all that. And I'd sit there all the time flying. And then like I said, we'd flight people wherever they're going to. Call it the red eye.
So this was after you got off the Kennedy. You did this.
No, it's before
duty?
the Kennedy.
Oh, before the Kennedy, between
Yeah.
the Forrestal and the Kennedy, you were doing this.
No, I was in the P3s when I did all that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Flying people around. And I stopped flying when I got to the ships.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I would just work on the jets.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Every jet they had, I'd work on.
Yeah. Did you ever have any hairy experiences when you were flying that weather or mechanical issues that?
Oh yeah, we were on a P3 one time and we got hit by lightning. The nose radome got hit, the tip of the plane. Everything went black, out for about a few seconds, and then it come back on.
Oh, jeez, wow.
So it's no big thing, you know. It's all equipped. It has all these lightning antennas, so in case we do get hit. And then in the P3s, we would fly, and all we see is nothing but clouds. You know, it looked like nothing but cotton balls.
Yeah, right.
It's really something. I worked on the Admiral's plane. It looked like a hotel inside it.
Oh, did it? Yeah.
God. Wall-to-wall carpeting, floor paneling, and their pilot seats look like civilian airplane seats. Ours looked like junk. It was worth it though. It was well worth it. I did President Reagan's plane.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, that. And starfighter, as they call it, looked like a wing.
Okay.
We did. I worked on that. I had to show 2 types of ID because that was a top secret.
Oh,
plane.
right. Yeah.
And President Reagan's plane too. I had to go change the tires on that, so I had to show 2 types of ID. He was a nice guy.
Yeah.
Him and President Bush. See now, boys, they're really nice. I thought I was taller. I thought Bush was taller than me, but same size as me.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
The older Bush or the
Yeah,
younger?
the older Bush.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He landed on we were on the Forrestal. He landed on the Forrestal, gave a 15-minute speech, and off he went.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And he ate with enlisted. All the officers thought he was going to eat with the officers. He said, "No, I'm going to eat with the enlisted," and he did.
Yeah. And I think he was a Navy
Yeah.
fighter pilot in World War II.
yeah.
Yeah.
We painted one as a A6, I think, and we brand new paint job and put his name on it.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
He liked that. He liked that. That was worth it.
Yeah. Were you ever in either one of the carriers you're on? Were you ever in any typhoons or hurricanes or anything like that?
Oh yeah.
So talk about those.
Yeah. We had to close all the hangar bay doors, all the elevator doors, and then just strap everything down. And just, if you're not sleeping, you're sitting in the shop working, you just hold on or strap yourself down, strap all the books down, and you can hear the waves hitting the ship. Even as big as it is, you can feel the wave hitting. And we put all the planes in the belly, and that way, because the waves will go over the ship.
Yeah, right.
As tall as that ship is, but it's over before you know it. You know, it's just, God. And then our captain, he wanted to see how fast the ship would go, the carrier. Man, as big as it is and heavy as it is, it floats like a small boat. It goes fast.
Huh. Wow.
We had to strap ourselves down too for that. He got a kick out of that.
Yeah.
Now on the Kennedy, he wanted to go fishing. He loved fishing, so he stopped work. And we had to go fishing in the fantail of the ship, the back of the ship. If we caught a fish, the cooks are right there. They take it down, clean it up, cook it, bring it up back up.
Huh.
So he was a pretty good captain.
Yeah.
Just don't piss him off.
Yeah, right.
That happened. He had a court-martial on the TV screen, and that night they were off the ship.
Really?
That quick.
Wow.
He was a very good captain. He'd walk into your shop. We'd have to holler attention on deck and sit down. He was pretty good about it. You know, he liked what we did. He wanted to know what we did, and so when on the Kennedy, I had my own shop. I did fiberglass, honeycomb. I fixed radomes. And for Christmas, we had the most expensive Christmas tree, $45,000 radome. And we got approved by the captain. He said, decorate it. So everybody got Christmas cards. They'll go put it up on, tape it on.
Oh, wow.
So we kept it there until after Christmas.
Wow. How was it being away from home for the holidays? Was that...
I didn't feel sad.
Yeah.
No, because My first Christmas was in the Army. My first Christmas I was living in a foxhole. My bed partner was my M16. My pillow was my gas mask.
Oh, jeez.
And then in the Navy, I got to spend it on the ship. And we'd have our little Christmas, and we'd have these big, huge cardboard crates full of cookies. People from all over the United States would send us cookies. And we'd write to pen pals. We'd write. I wrote to a whole grade school, some high school kids. Man, that was a lot.
That was my next question too. I mean, in today's world, we've got cell phones and computers to communicate.
Yeah.
What was your only option back then? Was just writing, or could you make phone calls? Or
Yeah, we had phones in the shop. We didn't have those cell phones. We had beepers, little square beepers.
I mean, but as far as communicating back home to like your
Oh
folks,
yeah,
your
we
wife,
do.
just-
I could call when I'm off duty.
Oh, okay.
I had a phone in my room.
Oh, okay.
I could call home
Oh, okay.
and that's see how they're doing. But overseas is kind of expensive. I
Yeah,
called
right.
once in a great while.
Right.
And I couldn't tell them where I was going.
Sure. Oh, right.
So, but my wife, she knew everywhere I was going. Every port she would know where I was going. So, and then before I know it, it was over with.
Now, how long were you in the Navy then?
Jesus. From 80 to 96.
Oh, so combined, you got your 20 years in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
And I forgot to ask you, when you were on the carriers, and either one of the carriers, did you ever cross the equator?
equator.
The equator and do the polywag?
Oh, God. Oh.
Tell
I
that
got-
story.
I got my certificates.
Yeah.
They,
For all of us that don't know about this, that watch us, tell us what that. Talk about that whole ceremony.
these containers where the jet engines come in, they save them. They don't ship them back. They save them. They open them up, and all the trash for a month, they throw it in there. And you got to strip down to your t-shirt and underwear with your boots on, crawl through it. Oh, and then you get out, and there's a chief right there, no shirt on. There's a chief right there, and you have to read some stupid letter, and then you kiss his belly.
And doesn't he grease up his belly? And,
Oh God, oh, yeah. And then you pass, they give you that certificate. It was all fun and
Yeah.
worth it, you know. Yeah, oh God, we did that. Some of the guys couldn't take it,
Yeah.
but they made it through though. They didn't. I didn't throw up or anything, but some did.
Yeah.
I just cleaned myself off, go downstairs, shower. Then you have beer later on.
Yeah.
They did 2 beers. They open them up for you. You got to drink them. After that, you go downstairs, sleep it off. Captain won't let you work on an airplane.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So the trick is, you find somebody that doesn't drink beer, you take their beer. So it was worth it to be on a ship. It was.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we had to exercise on the ship, run back and forth. The Forrestal, like I said, was 3.5 foot, 4 bills long. That was the shortest one.
Man.
And we run back and forth, exercise. Could imagine what the Reagan is, why
Yeah.
all the other ones, a lot bigger. But it's quite an experience. I have the fleet right there. I have that
Yeah.
where we were going to Desert Storm. And saw a submarine. I could not be on a submarine
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
because you don't see land at all.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't. No. You're over 6 feet tall, you're hurting.
Yeah. Right.
You have
Yeah.
to walk like this,
Yeah.
going through the hatch. But on the ship too, when you're up on where the officers sleep, if they call a man overboard, you kind of jump and duck to every door. And then you go down to where you work at. Don't forget you have to duck or pick up your feet.
Yeah. Wow.
Very painful.
Oh man.
So it was hard too after the ship come on land. You're up, like when I was in Desert Storm 8.5 months, it was hard to walk on land.
Was it? Yeah, I'll bet.
You
Yeah.
walk like you're drunk.
Is that right? Yeah.
Because the ship moves like this.
Yeah.
It took a little while.
Yeah.
and you get your feet back on the ground.
Oh, man.
Well, when we got back from Desert Storm on the Kennedy, we had over 800,000 people welcome us home. They had these small boats shooting red, white, and blue water,
Oh, wow.
escorting us in. And then we got off the ship. They all cheered us on and all that. And all of us from Florida, we had to leave right away, catch our plane to go to Florida, because we'd land in Virginia.
Mm.
And then we'd catch our plane, go to Florida, and they'd be waiting for us there.
And your wife would stay in Florida while you were at sea?
Yeah, she'd
Yeah.
wait for us there. The base commanders there welcome us home, and then give us a few days off. And then we had to unpack our bags and stuff, our supplies and everything. It's quite an experience.
Yeah.
The hardest part is packing to go overseas,
I'll bet, yeah.
because we had to pack crates, a lot of wooden crates, big crates. And they would bring in a DC-10 with the side doors open up. They'd put our stuff inside there. And our handbag would carry them on the ship. You walk up the ship, the plank, and you turn this way and you salute the flag, and then you go in. Salute the flag when you come out. So, and then we had a lot of civilians take a tour of the ship, and they couldn't believe how big it was.
Oh, I can't imagine, yeah.
And one little kid went in there. It was funny. He walked in and said, "Where's the boat at? Where's the ship?" "You're inside it." And then we had Randy Travis, the singer, he went on there. Blondie, the singer, she went on the ship.
Well, to come in and perform for you guys, or
No,
just on a tour?
They just
Yeah.
taking a tour.
Did they ever bring in entertainment, USO or anything onto the ship for entertainment, or?
No, not until we got to land.
Oh, okay.
Barbara Mandrell went to Cecil Field, the shipyard, the jet yard base. She performed there for us. And in the Army, we had the USO entertained us. And that's about all we had.
And what else, like going back to an earlier question for entertainment, when you weren't on duty, was there movies, and how would you entertain yourself when you weren't on duty when you were at sea?
We'd grill a lot.
Oh, would you?
Yeah, we'd all grill. Every July, it's a tradition for me to grill outside for all the Navy guys we did. And I'd buy one ball a year, a 40 ounce. I'll drink that once a year.
Is that right?
While I cook.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's just a tradition, you know.
Yeah.
We used to do that all the time, grill. That's what we would do, all that. Or we'd get off base, go fishing a lot. Or we had concerts we could go to. There were free concerts outside. So we did a lot to entertain. You know, we like going fishing or horseback riding.
Well, I mean, that's when you were in Germany?
No, that's when I was in Florida.
Oh, okay.
In Germany, we just rent a car and hit the country.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
But when you were on the ship, when you're out to sea, what would be your alternative or things for entertainment? How would you keep yourself busy at sea?
Sleep,
Sleep?
work,
Yeah.
sleep, work.
Oh, jeez.
That's it. Eat.
But they didn't show movies, or it didn't have that option at all?
No, we had our TVs in our shop.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we could watch movies.
Oh, okay.
We'd watch TV, and that's our entertainment, to watch TV. Or we'd have all kinds of games we could play.
Okay.
And then, or write letters. My niece and my mom sent me, I think, 12 coloring books. And I had a huge, giant x-ray table. We'd x-ray the plane parts. And I had a lot of guys come in who were doing coloring books. And our chief walks in. "God, we're at war and you guys are coloring books?" I said, "Yeah, shut up, here, take one." He took one and colored it. So, you know, you do something to pass the time away.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got that Christmas radome, we got it done, shipped it out. So I did the same thing with the P3s, worked with the radomes. I'd take the rims off, the tires, repaint them, put new tires on. So it's quite an experience. It takes 2 guys per tire, except for the nose tires, because the main mounts are huge and they're heavy.
Wow.
It takes, and then we have a special jack, we call it the Rhino jack. We'd raise up the plane, take the tire off, put it back in, fill it up, that's it. It don't take that long to do it.
Yeah, wow.
So, you do your daily, it takes about an hour or so to do a daily on the plane. You check everything on the plane, and then close it up, sign it off. That's it. But when I did the Admiral's plane, I took my time.
Yeah, right.
Man, it was nice. God. Like I said, a hotel. Very nice. But I never did see the Admiral. But I did, our base captain, seen him a lot. And then the ship's captain, when I was on ship, I'd see him every day. Like he'd come to the shop and visit, you know. And then we had a lieutenant, he was like a reporter, the newscaster. We surprised him one time. He was putting the officers down and the enlisted down. We got permission from the captain to dress like the Arabians. And we barged right into he was given his newscast. We barged right in. That look on his face, like, man, they took over. I bear hugged him. He was kind of small. I bear hugged him, held him up, and then the captain walks in. And he goes, shut up, sit down. And they smeared him with pies, head to toe. We left him tied up and we all walked out. Am I going to let go and let me go? No.
So when you were back at base in Florida, did you have a shop there as well that you worked out of?
Oh yeah, we had a great big hangar bay.
Oh, okay.
I had my own shop.
Okay.
The corrosion control. Like I said, damage the plane, we go up and fix it. Mostly on top of the plane, the bottom of the plane and all that. Change the tires, and then that's it.
Yeah. And so, come '96, you got your 20 in, and you decided to retire then, or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's enough since Clinton took over.
Oh, okay.
He's not worth it. He was not a veteran, and he go give speeches to the veteran. They all did an about face, and I started saying national anthem while he was talking. So he just walked out quietly.
Wow.
Bush, all the other ones, Nixon, Carter, and then Reagan. So that's it.
Yeah, yeah. So how was that then, after 20 years in the service, how was that going back to civilian life? Was that much of an adjustment for you?
It was hard.
Yeah.
You know, so many years in the military, and there were butt brains in the military. You come home, nothing but nice people.
Oh.
It's God. And I get, welcome home, thank you for your service. I still get it.
Yeah.
Especially from the kids.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really sentimental when the kids do it.
Yeah.
And then I went to the honor flight in Washington, and we had a lot of high school kids over in Washington come and talk to us, gave us a little flower and a flag, and then we went to the memorial wall, and we put the flowers on the ground and touched the wall. Very sentimental there.
Right.
And then I got a picture of me sitting in front of Abraham Lincoln, a memorial there. And then the big cemetery.
Yeah, Arlington. Yeah.
Arlington. Yeah. And then where the Marines holding up the flag, putting up the flag. I got pictures of that. And so the Washington Monument, did all that. And then we did from Sunday to Monday.
Right.
We come back Monday night. And they welcome us home when we got to Loveland Airport there. That was kind of sad too, you know. We landed at the airport and we seen all these fire trucks with the lights on. I thought it was a plane crash.
Oh.
But it was for us. You know, we landed, turned the plane off, and all the fire department come on the other side, like 2 rows. We got off the plane and walked between them, and they would welcome us home.
Wow, nice.
You know, that was pretty sad too, until when we got to the McKee building, I think it's called, there was more people there.
Yeah.
Bagpipes and high school kids with flags. That was sentimental there.
Yeah.
And I saluted the flags as I was going in. Man.
Yeah.
It was worth it, man. It was.
Yeah, that was great. So after you got out of the Navy, then did you stay in Florida? Did you come back to Colorado, or where'd you go? After?
I wanted to stay in Florida, but my wife didn't.
Oh, is she from here?
Yeah, we were from here, but I wasn't.
Yeah, we ought to back up and talk about how you met her and wooed her and married her and all that kind of stuff.
I just got back from Italy, I think I was, and I called my sister. Well, before I went overseas, I came home and with my uniform took pictures of my uniform. And my sister had a picture of me in her locker. She worked at Kodak. And my wife, she worked at Kodak right beside her. And my wife saw my picture. Is that your husband? Nah, that's my brother. I said, oh, he's kind of cute. And she told me that. And so we'll have her be at your house next Sunday. I'll talk to her. Third time I talked to her, I asked her to marry me.
Oh, wow.
Never saw her or anything. So I sent her the wedding rings, some souvenir shirts. And then I had to come home on emergency leave because of my mom.
Oh.
She was having heart surgery. So I flew home. They flew me home, the Navy flew me home. And we got married then. Everybody's surprised, you know.
How many years have you been married now?
Oh, gee whiz. 38 years.
Wow.
When I got back to Florida, you did what? So I got married. You know, so I had to go to personnel, showed them I got married, and they paid me for being married. And then paid me for leaving off base, which was pretty good. It's a lot better living off base.
Yeah.
No rules.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So when you guys came back to Colorado, did you fully retire, or did you take on a civilian career then?
I worked for a while, a meat packing plant, then a flour company for a while, and then I got to retire.
Yeah, sure.
Oh. But now I just stay home, do my projects. I'm a member of the Knights of Columbus, 2160 here in Greeley. I go to the meetings there. But I haven't been going now because I had heart failure.
Oh, yeah.
So I have to wait. I'll probably go next meeting. I feel a lot better. They said, take it easy.
Yeah, right.
It's going to take time.
Sure.
And that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And now I got to walk with my walker. So I have the tendency to fall, lose my balance. So I use my walker a lot. That right there.
Yeah.
I use that. And then like if I go check the mail, I could use my cane. Go check the mail and come back. Anything farther than that, I'll have to use my walker.
Yeah. Through the years, did you ever keep in touch with any of the guys you served with, or has there any been sort of reunions, ship reunions?
Well, when I was in Florida, one of my roommates from Brunswick, Maine, we ran into each other. He came to Florida. He's in Georgia. It's not that far.
Yeah.
Like from here to Eaton, not that far.
Yeah.
He'd come and visit. We'd go fishing and all that, and then he'd go to Georgia, and I'd stay there.
Was there any ship reunions through the years?
What's that?
Was there any ship reunions through the years?
No.
No. Okay.
No. But I like to look up some more guys from the P3 squadron. I was really close to one guy, Ron DeShane. I knew him for quite a while, and he got married. His first daughter, Julie, I knew her until she was 2 years old. That's when I got transferred to Florida. But I'd go visit, and I'd spoil that little daughter, that little kid. I'd babysit them, don't charge, no charge.
Yeah.
She's the first little baby I helped.
Oh, wow.
She was like 3 days old.
Wow.
And my buddy Ron, I never held a baby there, so I'm scared. Here. And I froze. And then I slowly sat down. After that, I'd hold her all the time. And she got 2 years old, and we'd play hide and go seek with each other.
Yeah.
Uncle Archie's what you call me.
Oh, wow.
Uncle Archie. It was worth it, man. It's
Yeah.
a cute little girl.
Yeah.
Now she has a sister, and now they're probably married and have kids of their own.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's my granddaughter. She's the same way.
Yeah, well, let's talk a little bit about family. Children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren?
I got the oldest, Alexia. She's the oldest. And then Andre, second to the oldest. And then Aubrey, third to the oldest. She just turned 21 in May, the youngest one. And then my little great-grandson, Myris, oh, he's a Dickens. 2 years old, going on 5.
That's your great-grandson?
Yeah, great-grandson.
And how many grandchildren do you have?
Grandchildren, 3.
3. So 3 kids, 3 grandchildren, and 1 great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and one on the way.
And 1 on the way.
Yep. She's going to be a girl this time.
Oh, yeah.
But my grandson, he still thinks he's the baby. But he knows there's one on the way.
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah.
I love when he comes over here.
Yeah.
The dogs, we have to put them outside.
Oh, right, yeah.
But he want to play with them, but they're
Yeah.
too big for him.
Yeah, right.
And he's active. God, is he active. He comes and gives me a hug right away.
Yeah, oh, wow.
He loves his grandpa.
Oh, sure.
Oh, man, he loves his grandpa. Grandpa spoils him.
Yeah, sure.
That's what we're for.
That's right, yeah.
So that's what I did to my grandkids. Spoil them.
Well, Bob, as we wind down this interview, is there anything I didn't ask you, or any of the stories that you're thinking of that we didn't talk about that you want to put on the tape? Or do you think we kind of pretty much got a well-rounded, got your story pretty well?
Yeah, we did pretty good.
Okay, all right. Yeah, well, like I said, now we'll move over to the to all your paraphernalia and pictures. But I want to thank you for sitting down today to tell your story. But just as important, I want to thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you. Thank you. So. There from Germany, my whole tour of the Army. That was Fort Ord, California, and those are the barracks we lived in.
And where are you in that picture, Ron?
Oh,
or Bob?
God. Right there. That's me right there.
Okay.
Those are the barracks we lived in Germany. So, they were small rooms, but we had a big parade field between all the barracks. That's me by the tree with my M16. And that's the Huey helicopter, carry troops in. That's what they use in Vietnam. And we'd fly in it, we'd play Army, and then we'd land back in the post. And I flew in a small helicopter when a Air Force jet crashed. We had to go over there and pick up bodies.
This was all in the Army?
Yeah. And that's my Army patch. On the right is my Army patch that I wore on my uniform. And all the little medals.
What division was that, or what was your division or unit?
Third, Field Artillery, 3rd and 2nd.
Okay.
Armored Artillery. That's my Navy picture. That's when I came home. Took my picture. And then I...
Is that the one your wife saw?
Yeah. Yeah. And we got married. That's the first one, the P3 Orion, VP8. That was the squadron I was in. And those are all the squadrons that were in Brunswick, Maine.
Wow.
Kennedy, those are all the planes I worked on. And that's about half of them. There's the other ones in the belly of the ship.
Wow.
And it's going quite fast, as you can see there. That's the 3 carriers right there. You can see 1, 2, and then 3. And then we call them small boys, destroyers. We were going to Desert Storm there.
Wow.
And there was another fleet that were way ahead of us. Okay, during Desert Storm, we had an F-18 land. My job was to go inspect it, and I had to get on top of the plane and do a little bit of work on top of the plane. And I could look down and all I see is water. No land, just water. And I had to hold on with one hand and work with the other hand. 15 minutes and then I'm back downstairs.
Wow.
And if there's another plane, I'd work on another plane. F-18, F-14, A-7, EA-6Bs, any jet. And those are all the medals I got and the coins they gave me. The blue medal is a presidential citation. The red one's a good conduct. I got 2 of those. In Saudi Arabia, the last one on the far right. And then I got 2 of that red and yellow one, National Defense. And all the other ones are, the 2 bottom ones on the right are a M16 and a 45 Expert.
Oh, wow, okay.
And all the other overseas ribbon, where I've been twice or 3 times.
And these are combination Army and Navy medals?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Most of them Navy.
Yeah.
That was from when I went to the honor flight to Washington, D.C. They gave me that plus a coat, shirt, and a hat. And a lot of little letters I got to write to pen pals.
Yeah, yeah.
And so,
And then these others here you've made yourself. This one right?
yeah, I made that there. The Golden Steps to Heaven.
Oh, wow.
I made that, and then
How about this one here then?
I made that. I got the Army and the Navy, and then the casket, and then that sign in the back.
Yeah, the Army Cross, I think. Yeah.
And then the Desert Storm buckle.
You made that?
No, I got it.
Oh.
My wife got it for me.
Okay.
I made the other signs. I made that one.
And then you've got this.
That's it.
And they made this as well here?
Yeah, I made that, taking him home.
Oh, wow.
His last ride home.
And then how about this one right here?
That's just all the soldiers there, and some of the metal patches. This is my flight jacket out in the Navy when I was flying P-3s, and the ships I worked on, squadron patch, all the countries I've been to. And then I got more patches in the back.
Yeah, turn around. Let's get those
I
patches.
got all those.
Outstanding.